Hi everyone, and welcome back to 80 Passione. It took 2 hours and 19 minutes for Rafael Nadal to beat the Bulgarian Ivashka in 3 sets. What can I say? Rafa seemed to me a little bit rusty, more or less. Do you remember we left him last week in Monte Carlo? He was kind of struggling with his serve, and he got broken just in the opening game of the first set. At that point, I have to say his body language was not the best one. He reminded me a little bit of his kind of a mental situation around probably the beginning of 2019, just when he got injured in Indian Wells, and probably a little bit of 2015. You could see that, he was not putting the same energy, the same effort as usual. For sure, probably the fact that he played for so long this opening match in this tournament in Barcelona is going to be quite useful for him for the rest of the tournament and for the rest of the clay season. At that point, just looking at the statistics of the opener that was won by Ivashka with a score of 6-3, Rafa did only 2 winners versus 10 of his opponent, and I think something like 9 unforced errors. For sure, no the kind of a level that we used to see Rafa on clay. As I said, and I keep repeating, unfortunately, this COVID pandemic situation changed a lot in his routine, in his preparation. If we consider so far, since the beginning of this season, Rafa only played 5 matches in Australia during the Australian Open. He had to pull out from the ATP, the Cup that was played just before the first Grand Slam, and he played 3 matches in Monte Carlo, where he lost in the quarterfinal against Andrei Rublev. So in the second set, fortunately, Rafa, was a little bit serving better. He was opening more the court. He was there, in the rally, and he broke immediately in the first game of the second set. Probably that gave him that kind of confidence that he needed, and as well in the 5th game Rafa managed to break, and so he secured the second set with a score of 6-2. In the third set, I think the situation, was more or less the same. The Bulgarian was not giving up. He was trying, to hit very strong from the baseline as well. He was serving over 200 kilometers per hour, and he was really kind of celebrating and shouting every time, that he managed to win an important point. So the match was quite on balance until the 7th game with a score of 3-all. At that point, Rafa managed, to break to love his opponent, and when he was leading 5-3, the Bulgarian player saved a match point on his serve. But in the following game, the 10th of the third set, Rafa secured, the win, and he could celebrate by the net. You could see, he could all release his tension, and he was quite nice to see a smile finally on his face. Even the presence, of Lajani as an umpire, personally is my favorite, and every time it's quite entertaining to see, when he's basically correcting some calls from the line judges. At this point, Rafa is waiting for his opponent for tomorrow, for the last 16. It's going to be the winner winner of Kei Nishikori versus Christian Garin. I believe just now when I'm filming this video, Nishikori won the first set, but I think Garin was leading with a score of 4-2 in the second. Let's see, for sure Rafa will have to increase the level of his game, probably get a little bit more relaxed and start from the basics. For sure he can't, I think at one point today, again he was making too many unforced errors, but in particular double faults. At the same time, I think today the backhand was working slightly better than in Monte Carlo. So the day started quite cloudy on the pista Rafael Nadal, you know, the center court here in Barcelona, but by the end of the match we saw, you know, kind of a little bit of a blue sky and sun. So hopefully tomorrow is going to be a better day for Rafa, but at this point of the season I believe that for him it's very important to try to practice as much as possible to get more confident with the routine of a match, the pressure, and we all know this is a preparation for him to try, you know, to reach the Roland Garros, the best of his options. At the same time, Andrei Rublev won his opening match here in Barcelona, the runner-up in Monte Carlo, and as well Stefano Tsitsipas produced an incredible performance, very convincing, winning I think with a score of 6-love 6-2 against the other Spanish player Munar. I received a message from Giorgio when I was watching Rafa that apparently something crazy happened with Fabio Fognini, who was losing, you know, with the score of 6-love. They were 4-all in the second set, but apparently he had like an argument. They call a foot foul during his serve, and he completely lost his temper and plot. At the same time, Lorenzo Musetti lost against Felix Auger-Aliassime. The Italian won the first set with a score of 6-4, but after he lost the second with 6-3, and apparently he had to pull out due to an injury. And also Pablo Carreno Busta played today, and he won in 2 straight sets against the Australian Jordan Thompson. That's all for this video, so see you tomorrow. Who knows, probably, let me check just live what's happening in the live score between Nishikori and Garin. Just bear with me a little bit. Okay, so it's basically at this point Nishikori, as I said, won the first set and the tiebreak 7-6, and Garin is on the score of 5-4, serving for leveling the match on 1 set all. So stay tuned. We're going to discover tomorrow if Rafa will improve his performance here in Barcelona, either against Kei Nishikori or Christian Garin. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and share this video with whoever is in love with Rafa, but in particular with tennis. That's all for today.